Hi. Another great myth that spiritual seekers carry, which I know about because so many bring this to my meetings and events or ask me these questions, right? So, following so-called awakening, right? And awakening is not an experience. This is a myth in the first place, is that an awakening is an experience. That there's this experience and that's what awakening is. But it's not. The experience of seeing through everything and recognizing that which sees through everything as oneself, that looks through every pair of eyes, that is a moment of shifting consciousness. Consciousness opens and there's a recognition. I'll call that a recognition. And with it comes an experience. But I won't call that awakening, like that's what awakening is. No, because the experience must pass, right? The experience of that moment of seeing through it all, and then it can bring about all kinds of wide open, free being, clear seeing, love pouring, bliss. It doesn't have to, right? So many believe that it should bring about bliss, and often it doesn't. So then they're waiting for the bliss, right? And that's because they are basing awakening, on an experience that should be blissful, an experience that should be whatever it is that they've taken on, listening to other people's stories of their experience, then that forms the idea of what it should look like, what it should feel like, what it should be like. And that's not yet happened here. So, but then when it does happen, this moment of consciousness opening and this pouring of love pouring through, which happens all the time in my meetings and retreats, to be honest. It was happening yesterday in our weekend intensive. It's just pouring love, pouring truth. The experience is happening like that. So to call that awakening is a great myth, because it's not an experience. The experience must pass. It's the nature of experience, right? To come and to go. So the shift of perspective from where you're looking from, you're either looking from the self-made identity through a personal view and world, or there's an opening outside of that small view, and there's a seeing from an expanded, spacious awareness, right? It's as if like there's a parting in the clouds of mind, and there's this clear seeing and grokking, or like really seeing, right? Still it's being experienced. And what's being experienced will pass. But what has been seen in this experience never pass. Not only what has been seen, but what is seeing. always here, and is not dependent on any experience whatsoever. This seeing doesn't need any experience to recognize itself, for self-recognition. Seeing is seeing itself. Seeing is seeing what can't be seen. Huh? The experience must pass. And then comes the next experience, and then comes life and daily life and all that goes on in daily life. Natural is all the world of experience. So when this all gets going again, and seemingly you lost this other experience of stopping, there can be the idea, I lost it. I've lost it. I want to get back there. I want to get back to this. But there's nowhere to get back to, right? It's just all the coming and going, relaxed. And what is always here is revealed. And then all the coming and going, naturally, as the play of life, is just here, moving through what never moves, right? So, when the moment comes that there is a movement that now seems to be part of all the coming and going, and now in the middle of this experience, I want to get back because I got it and I lost it. This is all part of the illusion of awakening being based on experience. It's not an experience. Although there is an experience of no experience. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It cannot be grasped through the thinking. It cannot be understood in the thinking. Therefore, what is being said here sounds it's only in the paradox of what's being said here that it can be heard. Hearing what can't be spoken, right? It's not an experience. Although there is an experience that reveals that the experience will pass. And in this experiencing, there is a knowing. The knowing never passes. So although any experience that seems like awakening has passed by, where is the knowing? Do you know it now? When everything in your experience seems to be otherwise, seems to be all caught up in life's mishmash, do you know it now? Do you know without a knower what cannot be lost? What cannot be taken? Do you know what is free beyond experience? Beyond experience and within. any experience. What is it that is knowing? These are pointers and invitations to explore. Most of what awakening is the removal of illusion. That's it, just removing everything, removing the dust off the mirror. The mirror has always been the mirror, clear. But there's gathered dust. Therefore, it cannot, the clarity is not, it's like clean, 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 illusions, just clean what's in the way. There is no such thing as getting it and losing it. Let me know your experience in the comments, and let me know what you'd like to hear more of. Ciao for now.